This caulking gun for me was an interesting prospect. As someone who does a lot of sealing, whether I'm on a roof sealing something or on the side of the house sealing a cap for anything, range hood, duct work, anything like that, a lot of caulking goes on. I do it inside for the windows. Anybody who does any type of sealing or caulking knows what it takes to do it and how irritating it can be when you're in a tight spot and you have a rod sticking out the back while you have a full tube that gets in the way of everything. And sometimes it kind of messes up that nice smooth bead that you're going for. So this, which is a rodless caulking gun, I've used it a couple times now. And even though it was a little bit tricky getting the hang of it, it does work very, very well. You can see right there, you would pull back on this mechanism, put your tube in. Once it's in, it tightens up easily. You give it a couple pulls, and once it works into place, the tube will start backing out from the back of the gun while pushing out of the front. It does save a good amount of room. However long the rod is, that's exactly how much room that you're gaining when you're in a tight spot doing something. So the gun itself does work very, very well. It's well made. It is a hard plastic. It has a hook on the top right there so you can hang it up with all the rest of your tools. Easy pullback spring so you can load it up. Same thing when you're done. Pull it back, pull the tube out, you're good to go. There is a little bit of wasted caulk. I can't get every single drop out of it the way I can with a traditional gun, but the convenience of it and the practicality of being able to fit into a tight spot so much easier does make up for it. It did come with these extra tips, which as you can see, these are the kinds that just fit right over the nose of a tube of caulk. And it does give a nice smooth bead right there. I think a lot of us who have been doing this work for a long time are already familiar with some of the little hacks to get a nice smooth bead. They still make it easier regardless. It came with a caulking tool, and I've actually bought these individually. And this one does work really well. I use this one for a lot of the windows, sharp edges and corners, stuff like that. The one on the side, right there, you can see the scraper. And this edge pushes forward so you can smooth out on capping beads. It came with these replacement tips here, 2 triangular and 2 rounded off. They're all handy. All of them are. And I feel like this is specifically for people who have to seal everything at the end of a job. If you do any type of work where you're sealing caps, doing roof work, window work, weather treatment, sealing, this will save you a lot of time. And it's not an exaggeration to say that gaining that extra 12 or 14 inches sometimes makes the difference between having a rough bead and having that perfectly smooth bead that once dries is almost like it wasn't even there.